Hello and welcome to today's LOL Esports Round Up, where we go over one team today after going over a handful yesterday and their roster moves from the last 24 hours. And then I'm going to take my victory lap on all the people that took the time to comment saying I was, in a disrespectful way, inaccurate for putting BLG second over the last couple weeks. I'm going to squat on their face if they're over 18. Now, news. FlyQuest have officially announced that Vulcan will be their support. Isla is out. Vulcan had played with EG last year alongside, well, last year, but also last split alongside FBI. EG purged the roster. Vulcan had a 4-5 KDA, 77-9 KP, so almost 4 out of every 5 kills, 3 out of every 4, Vulcan was involved in for EG. He was integral to their success. 203 damage per minute, on average 3.27 vision score per minute, placed 1.39 wards per minute, so that's 7 every 5 minutes. Would place a control ward every other minute, and then clear a ward 1 every 3 minutes. Played 10 champions in 25 games. Isla is the one that has been allowed to leave. Winsome is still on the roster. Isla had a 3-4 KDA, 76-7 KP with FlyQuest aliside Prince. Very similar numbers to Vulcan, dies a little bit more. However, the damage per minute a lot less, 137. Isla did play in the second half of spring, and if we recall, the meta did shift from what was 80 carry supports early on to a more traditional support situation afterwards. 3.13 vision score per minute, would place about 7 wards every 5 minutes as well. Control wards 2 every 5, and then would clear a ward 2 out of every 5 minutes. So did find a way to clear more wards, however did place more than Vulcan. 7 champions in 16 games. FlyQuest are a team that I expect to go to Worlds. I did say that I didn't think that they would necessarily win Spring, and they didn't. Now, I thought they could have finished second, but that didn't happen. See, the transparency thing, which we'll get into. But, this is an upgrade. We'll see how it goes, because FlyQuest have a Korean situation going on. Obviously, Spica not being Korean, but the 3 other players are. Evidently, they think Prince's English is good enough, or Vulcan's Korean, to be able to make this bot lane work. Recap. So, I'm 20-4. I predicted BLG to win 3-1. Yesterday I did waver, and I thought Genju beat them. See, this is transparency. I'm going to take my victory lap now. Before the tournament, I had BLG second in my prediction video. A lot of people disagreed, and that's fine. I believe disagreements are fine. Respectful disagreements. Disagreements with some sort of backing that aren't based in a bias fandom for a specific region. I think that is fair. However, when those biases come in, or that person has bias because there are some commenters that have reputations, that person is not with it 100% in this argument. They're not coming at it with a fair, thought process. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I thought all 4 Eastern teams, LCK, LPL wise, had a chance to win this tournament, and I repeated it multiple times that BLG had a chance, and they still do. A lot of people didn't like that. Heck, a couple days ago, I had somebody tell me I'm fundamentally wrong for having BLG above the 2 LCK teams. Ended up coming up with the result, though, buddy. So, the thing is, I'm taking my victory lap. Most people don't have the transparency to come back and say, wow, I really didn't expect that. Wow, I guess you were right. And I'll be the first one to admit, I thought DRX would have fucking sucked at Worlds. I thought that they would suck. They won Worlds. A lot of people didn't expect DRX to win Worlds, but I didn't think DRX would even possibly get out of groups. See, this is transparency. That's what I want to cultivate in my community, is a community of people that own their shit. And not in a troll way, but in a, I am a grown-ass adult, or I am somebody worthy of the air I breathe. I'm going to take ownership for my errors, my mistakes, and be transparent. And, so there's that. I don't expect many comments on this video from those people, because usually they at best, they may have excuses. At worst, they never come back because they are ashamed. But nevertheless, BLG 131. Elk 24-9, 24, 36% of damage. His Zeri slapped the crap out of Guma. On 3648, so that means the bot lane went 27, 15, and 72. Guma UC 13, 13, 16, 33% damage for T1. So BLG definitely had, they had a great situation going on in team fights. The Zeri was just so impactful, and people are going to say, oh, it's Zeri moments. Ban it. Well, but no, ban it. If it is that game breaking, ban it. And the fact of the matter is, BLG were never in a hole. Hell, the game that they kind of struggled in, I think they had a lead for the majority of it. Like, it just is the reality of things. BLG were fabulous today, and T1 didn't show up, except Zeus and Owner at times. And I'm gonna talk about that. Zeus gapped Bin today. In a couple of the games. The Scion game, especially going into Scion, Kennen into Scion, and that's a one-sided matchup, but he was up like 50 CS. Then he entered it away and got solo killed by Bin, so there is that. But I felt like Zeus got the better of Bin in laning phase today, and that is something I'm noting in my mind. After MSI, where that happened as well last year. Shun, very good on the Kindred at times. People say it's a pocket pick and he's a one trick and it should be, banned and this and that. I still don't think that should be the case, because honestly, he's what now, 9 and 6 on it. So if somebody has a 60% win rate on a champion, are you banning it? I don't think you should be. But nevertheless, it was very good. But Owner did steal like 4 or win, well, he did steal plus 50-50 like 4 or 5 objectives, where Shun probably should have had them. Not good. Not a good look. So Shun didn't get my MVP. Elk did. I forgot to write Elk on there. Because Elk in team fights really was able to keep the team, close. Sometimes Elk was all that was left, 3v1ing and finding a way to trade a kill or get a couple kills in a losing team fight. Guma really didn't come through for me much in this series. Again, I had somebody in the comment section a couple days ago ask me about T1 and what they need to do for changes, and I don't think they can make changes. 1, these players are elite. They're some of the best in their roles. We have to take that into account. 2, there is no way in hell you're dumping Guma or Faker. So, with that in mind, what are you going to do? And that's not to say Faker and Guma aren't great, because they are. But if I was going to pick 2 players on this team that I would say, you know what? Are they... Like, what is the diffy here? The diffy was Elk and Guma. Yagal, I thought, did very well. His Nautilus game was a hell of a lot better than Faker's Nautilus games from a couple days ago. Keria, also on the Rakan, came through in a big way in Game 1 at times, but in the end, wasn't able to impact the game enough. Definitely something I'm noting as well, because Keria, in my opinion, is the best player in the world. So, BLG 131, T1 loses again. People are going to call them chokers, but the fact of the matter is one, they're the 2 seed from the LCK, and they got farther than the 1 seed. So, there's that. And were they overwhelming favorites? No, this team is the favorite. We're going to get into that now. So BLG and JDG, this is the 3rd time they're playing. Last matchup, JDG won 3-0. Sorry, this is the 4th time they're playing. My apologies. JDG beat them twice in the LPL playoffs, and then beat them in MSI. So JDG have won 3 best-of-5s in a row against BLG. And before this, I'm going to talk specifically about MSI. So JDG went 3-0. It knocks BLG to the lower bracket. If you know how I feel about double elim, this here is specifically why I don't like double elim. You may say to yourself, but it's your two top teams in this event. It's not the teams, it's the system. BLG can win in 5 games tomorrow and win MSI. Entirely possible. And they will go down as the victor. But that happened. And they lost. They don't get to lose. And that's the problem with double elim for me. Talked about it after LCK finals. People said I was a T1 fanboy. This here is specifically that scenario possibly happening again, and what I don't like about double elim. People are going to say, oh, but bracket reset takes time. Put this on Saturday, put this yesterday, back it all up. Simple, done. They didn't play on Monday. Back it all up. Yeah, but what if they didn't end up needing that day? Then they don't end up needing that day. But the fact of the matter is this. I would rather have single elim where everybody is treated equally, and as in you all are victim to the draw, versus everybody gets to lose except the winner of the winter finals. And then people say, yeah, but maybe we can give them like side selection every game, or maybe we'll let them be up 1-0. No. We all know that shit is not as strong as the fact that you could lose and still get another opportunity. We all know that's not the case. Oh, well, players can't play that many games. They've just been playing best of 5s every other day. We expected Gen G to play 4 best of 5s in a row. Why can't BLG? That's the fact of the matter. I really hate double elim when it comes back like this. It's just, it's the deal. So, this is going to be a good one. BLG are feeling themselves. The fact of the matter is, they are so confident. JDG is going to have to punch him in the mouth in the first game. If BLG win game 1, they're winning MSI. So, that's it. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.